Illuminating white text appears that says, "A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away."
Shit.
Now, curvy golden yellow text stationary in the middle of the screen with stars flying by through hyperspace that reads, "Theory of a Blind Man."
Yeah.
Golden yellow text begins to crawl from the bottom of the screen upwards. Episode 3, Return of the Gamer. After the live stream struck back, many clips remain from the destruction of the streams. Hashtag A11Y Gaming highlights and reviews all reside within this channel. Darth Whistler continues his reign over the galaxy with more content in accessible gaming for all total blind gamers. Soon, all games will be accessible to a totally blind gamer. But until that time has come, Darth Whistler fights to be noticed as a gamer in the hopes that developers will consider accessibility. The text continues to crawl away from view deep into the infinity of space. As the galaxy settles into a new norm here on YouTube, one thing can be certain. The dark side of the Force is more powerful than you can ever imagine.
Apple accessibility tomorrow. Have them fix this shit for me.
May the dark side of the Force be with you. As the last of the text disappears, we are left with stars flying by view in hyperspace, then fade to black.
Alright, everybody, welcome. Good afternoon. This is Theory of a Blind Man. Let me get some music queued up here. Let's see what we got here. Let's get some I was actually looking for the Circus Master theme song, but I couldn't find it. So this will have to do, y'all, and you all know it. So today joining me is Joe Quirk, the creator of Mental Vision LLC and the audio game Circus Master's Revenge, with some very, very important news that we're going to be talking about today. So thank you all for coming, and whoever's in the chat, that first person in the chat, couldn't read your name, I apologize, but welcome. Jeanette, welcome, and Blind Toes, welcome. And let me see if there's anybody else really quick before we really get started. No. Okay, so come to the floor, Mr. Joe Quirk.
Hello, everybody.
So, yes, Circus Master's Revenge. You got some important news you'd like to tell everybody.
Yeah, well, so today is kind of a difficult day. And I know Theory of Blind Man. And all of us have been fighting for a long time for a good game to come out there we can all play. And so today I
1:13 p.m. Blind Toes. Yo, we're 7 standing by. 1:13 p.m. Getting back. Hey.
And I don't need to go through the monies and all that stuff that I don't know, where should I start, Dare?
How we kind of combine what's gone on in the last year, especially with 2020, the beer virus, and the issues that you've had with, support, as far as like all aspects of support, and the troubles of trying to get this to move forward.
All right. Well, so yeah, it's been a bad year for a lot of people, and and my team too, being in India. They have to work from home, but so we should have had the game out, and that was the plan. But for some reason, the plan has changed, because I need to do some. I don't know if it's I don't want to throw this in people's face. But let's just put it this way.
1:15 p.m. Danny Mac, the news. 1:15 p.m. Blind Toast, no Danny Mac.
I came to the fact, when I started this mojo, this mofo of mine, to prove to other enterprises that there's a market here, that this is not a niche market. And I did it on my own dime. I didn't have sponsors, and I didn't have, they call those angel investors, that you have tons of commercials on your platform. And I said, no, I don't want all that stuff. And because then I'll have to charge you guys, and then I'll have, then, oh, you just did it for the money. No, I didn't. I did it for us. I didn't want to take away from what I didn't want to stop what I created this for. So, anyways, long story short, I had to put more money into it to create Chapter 3. And Chapter 3 is almost finished, and but I have a choice to make here.
Well, and hold on a second.
Okay.
Like you said, you've put all your own money into it. And it's not cheap to make a game, people. So, if you can, ballpark, what have you dumped into it so far? So people get an idea.
Well, when Chapter 3 is complete, it'll be about $40,000
Damn.
out of my own pocket. Now, your next question should be, we've been downloaded in 230 countries, but I've only made about $5,000
Wow.
off my in-app purchase. So, did I do this for the money? Ask yourself that question.
Yeah, really.
Did I even break? I mean, I never thought I'd break even, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not a niche market, because people are downloading, but they're not paying for that's not the purpose. I don't care about the money. This is about proving a point to the rest of the world.
Right.
There's a market. There's a market here. 290 countries worth of market here. Okay. So, but I had to make I'm making a decision right now, and I want your guys' feedback on this. Am I making the wrong decision or not? Because your opinions mean a lot to me.
Well, what is the dilemma that you're facing? Like, what do you want them to give you feedback on?
The feedback is, I'm going to step away from Circus Master Revenge, but I'm going to finish. I want to finish the game. So, a lot of games make Chapter 2 or Part 2 or Episode 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever they do.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to put on the App Store a CMR 2, which is confusing, or Episode 1, or I don't know, continuation, or Gen X, or whatever it could be.
Right.
But I need to step it up so I can put it back on a new app on the App Store. Okay, where you can purchase the game. I figured Mental Vision has proved itself enough to continue the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't continue it on my own dime anymore. I need your help.
And the help simply
And
is to, when Part 2 comes out, or CMR 2 comes out, is to simply buy it. That would help.
I can't call it CMR 2. I have to call it something else.
Why?
So maybe CMR B or something. Something. I don't want it to be lame though. So the next generation, CMR next generation or something like that. Where I can go on with 3. And that way, because CMR 3 has already been paid for. It's done. I'm done paying for it, but I'm broke with the game.
Yeah.
And I'm not asking for money. But I need help. The Chapter 4, Chapter 5 have already been written. I've already written it out. The game's already been finished in my side of writing it out, and it's Chapter 3 is going to be amazing. I can't wait. But you don't have to pay for that. You don't have to pay for chapter 3. Chapter 3 is finished. I already paid for it. Okay? But chapter 4 and 5 is not done yet. So can you go to a movie theater and watch half a movie? Can you read half a book and be, okay with reading half a book and throw it in the garbage can? Let's finish this, and let's finish it together. That's what I'm saying. So I don't want people to be mad at me for charging $5. I talked to Jesse today, Anderson, and he's like, I can't give you a price, Joe, but I wouldn't see it'd be unreasonable for $5 for that game, for a new continuation. And I remember back in the beginning when somebody after Audio Defense left us, they would pay $20 to play that again,
Mm-hmm.
I know, but we're not finished yet. So I think a CMR version, a next generation or whatever they want to call it, would be beneficial, because the game content is going to carry over. Okay, and not only that, and this is the first time, this is an exclusive interview here. So if you buy the game, okay, instead of having in-app purchases and all that crap, right, you can keep all the weapons from chapter 1 and 2. Okay, you'll be able to, but we'll give you $5 credits back. So you'll already have $5 credits.
Mm-hmm.
On the way it's formatted now, towards your purchases for your in-app purchases. So your power-ups and that kind of thing.
I thought you just said there's going to be none of that power-up, or not power-up, but none of that in-app store stuff.
No, it'll still be there, but it'll be on your own. You're a gamer. You know what you can afford and not can afford. But so if you buy the game, we're going to give you your money back into the game. Right. What other game formats give you? Okay, so I buy a game on the App Store, right? Or whatever that wants to charge you. But I'm going to you buy my game, I'll give you your credit that you bought the game for back into the thing you bought it for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still free, right?
Right.
So we're giving you free content, but it just costs you $5.
Right. Okay, let me catch up in the chat really quick because okay, so everybody knows Joe isn't actually on screen. We had a little technical difficulties, so he's on my iPhone. I got the iPhone audio wired into my mixing board. That's why you can hear him and the voiceover. So I do apologize for that. Welcome, Danny Mac.
1:16 p.m. Shine Raven. What's up, Whistler?
Hey, Shine. How you doing, Shine?
Hey.
Blending the Blind is here as well. Welcome. Blind Dad Life. Welcome.
Jeanette Clark. It's a great game that I want to play. Anything more than willing to buy.
Jeanette says it's a great game and I'm willing to buy. Well, thank you, Jeanette. I'm sure Joe appreciates that. Blind Toast says, go for it. If the game is reasonably priced, it'd be worth to buy. And $5, honestly. Again, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day when I first reviewed this game, Circus Master Revenge, I was hooked because I saw such potential in it to be such a great game. The quality of it is amazing. Next up, Jeanette. Jeanette again says you should charge for the game.
You have to do what you have to do to keep going.
You have to do what you need to do to keep going, says Blind Dad Life. Absolutely.
Want to support my awesome channel?
Thank you, Streamlabs.
Check out all
Thank you,
more information.
Streamlabs.
This message is held for review. Blending the Blind inside it. Hey, Joe.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Blending the Blind inside it says, hey, Joe. But for some reason, it's blocked. Let's see if I can show it.
Joe.
Or if it gives me an error.
1:26 p.m. Blending the Blind inside it. Hey, Joe.
Yep. Okay, so there it is.
1:26 p.m. Streamlabs. Join other subscribers in our Discord of Blind Man.
I don't know. YouTube's been acting really weird lately, and random messages all have to approve.
Blind Toast. $5 is really reasonable.
Blind Toast says $5 is really reasonable. I agree.
Rich Beardsley. Hi. When will this update come out?
Rich Beardsley, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe while you're here. He asks,
Rich Beardsley. Hi. When will this update come out?
When will this update come out?
1:26 p.m. Jeanette Clark. I need some help creating an account though.
And we'll get into that in a second.
1:26 p.m.
Rich,
1:26 p.m.
Jeanette
Clark, I need
asks,
some help creating an account, though.
I need help creating an account, though. And I remember I was talking to her offline about...
Create an account.
Yeah.
Do you have if you have an Apple ID, that's your account.
Yeah, so just
You
sign
don't
up
have
with
to
your Apple
start
ID.
your own account.
Custom emojis button.
Okay, so that was the last one. Do you want to tackle the
1:26
Rich
p.m.
Beardsley question about
1:26 p.m.
when's
Rich
this
Beardsley.
update
Hi,
come
when will
out?
this update come out?
Yeah, because of the
1:26
COVID-19,
p.m.
it should
Jeanette
have
Clark,
been
I need some help
launched,
creating an account, though.
about 3 months ago. But because I wanted to launch it on the anniversary of
Oh, that would have been
August.
cool.
But because of this crap, we slowed down and you can't be mad at situations, and we're all going through it, so it's not like it's just one country or it's just one place. It's all of us, so we have an excuse. But they're working from home, and they don't get it. They don't. I guess they've been having a lot of blackouts because of the typhoons and shit, and it's like one thing after another. It's like, can we finish the game? But
Yeah, really.
they can't even go back to their office. They have to work from home, and they don't get to talk to each other as much, the team, but they work on their projects. This one guy works on this code, this one guy works on that code, so they're not able to they don't live next door to each other, so they have to wait, and they get on conference calls, they talk, we talk, and then it moves on. But and I haven't even got a test version of it yet. So and they're asking things from me for the protagonist voiceovers and things, and I haven't even. I mean, I did all that, but they want some more things, like when this person gets hit by this power up, or this thing or that, if this entity, this enemy hits you, what do you say? So those kinds of things I haven't even worked on that yet. So it's going to be a little bit, but I wouldn't say it ain't gonna take 10 years.
Right.
But it won't.
Right.
I can't give a rate on it yet.
Okay.
1:27 p.m.
I'd say-
$4.99 ID go for.
If I had to guess, if I had to give my honest guess, okay, if COVID's working the way it's doing and everywhere like it's working, and they can get back in the office, it'll be done before anywhere between April 1st and June 1st.
Okay. Danny Mac also adds that $4.99
$4.99
I'd go for.
1:28 p.m. Damn that. Sounds cheaper than $5, yet not by much.
Sounds cheaper than $5, but not by much. Yeah, that's the whole marketing scheme behind $4.99 or $9.99. It's like people hear that and think it's much less than the
1:28 p.m. Damn that.
Yeah,
It
but
works
how
too.
many times do you play a video game on the App Store?
1:28 p.m. Damn that.
Commercials
It works
and
too.
advertisements.
Yep.
1:29 p.m.
And,
Beardsley.
you
Are
know,
you going to make an announcement on the forum?
please buy this product. I didn't buy this game to have, but see, that's where I'm in the little market here, where I don't want those things in the game, because that's what we started when we did Apple this. When I was asking people, they're like, please don't do that. And I was like, well, so when somebody asks me, can I be an angel investor to help you build the game? I'll help you pay it, And I said, well, what do you want? And they said, well, I want you to advertise. I said, nope, because it slows down gameplay. Who wants commercials in between gameplay?
Yeah. True.
But that's what it does. So I don't know.
Rich Beardsley asks, are you going to make an announcement on the forum? I'm guessing he's talking about Apple Viz.
No, I will not ever go back on that, because I've been chased off that, and by my own people, my own family, my own community, and that's why I closed mine down.
Okay.
1:31 p.m. The Blind Guy Show.
So
Sub 90s.
if you want to comment from what I say, then you need to come to Theory of Blind Man and catch up to what we say. And you
Or
can hear it
if
from
you
my own
want to provide feedback or questions and comments or praise or whatever, you can also email them. So
Well, you have mentalvision.info@gmail.com. Send me your questions.
1:31 p.m. The Blind Guy Show.
Welcome,
Sub
Blind
IDs.
Guy Show.
1:31 p.m. Blind Toast. Yo, Greg. 1:31 p.m. Danny Mac. If somebody says something listed for $5, they may be reluctant to buy. However, strangely, the same people would more likely be biting it at $4.99.
Well, Danny Mac, by default, it will be. Let's say he goes for the $5 sale price. It will automatically be $4.99. That's just how Apple does it.
1:32 p.m. Danny Mac. Hi, Greg.
Yep.
Custom emojis. Button.
Okay.
1:32
Caught
p.m.
up there.
Danny Mac. Hi,
And
Greg.
I don't. I mean, in that. So Apple gets $3. I get $2.
Oh, is that how it works?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Wow. So they get 60%.
I get 40. They get 60. Yeah.
Yeah.
1:32 p.m. Shine Raymond. I'm one of those people that would pay for money to support developers.
Shine is another awesome person, and he
1:32 p.m.
says,
Shine Raymond. I'm one of those people that
I'm
would pay
one
for
of
money
those
to support
people
developers.
that would pay for money to support developers. I'm guessing he means app or game. That is awesome, Shine. I always knew Shine was a stand-up guy.
Custom emojis. Button. 1:32 p.m. Shine Raymond. I'm one of those people that would pay for money to support developers.
This vision in my head
I'll pay money to support
when
developers.
when I first had this idea, because when Audio Defense left us, I said, you know what, I'm gonna do this for us, and I had a lot of backup in the beginning, but it seems like people have kind of they didn't want to, they lost interest, or they just found something different, or they just stopped caring because people aren't doing it. But if we prove that we're not a niche market, little bitty tiny market, then we stand firm.
Mm-hmm.
And things change when you stand strong.
No doubt.
Show it. You gotta prove it to these other idiots out in the world that there's nothing there. There's no market. We can't make money off that. Well, 230 countries proves you wrong already.
Yeah.
1:33 p.m. The Blind Guy Show. Hey, Toast and Danny.
Mental Vision has been down. CMR has been downloaded in 230 countries. That's huge. I didn't know there was that many. I mean, I know there's blind people everywhere, but I didn't know it was that huge. And I keep saying every time it goes up, I'm like, what? Wow.
Yeah, you reached pretty
That
much
many-
the whole planet.
1:34 p.m.
Yeah,
Blind and Blind
that
Insider.
many-
Hey, Greg,
that
Toast,
many
Danny,
countries.
and others.
I know have blind people, but I didn't know that many blind people play video games.
Oh, yeah.
That's huge. Can afford to play video games, even though it's for free. And how many? That's 230 countries that Apple has. Blind people in those countries like to play video games.
Right.
That's amazing. So niche market my ass.
1:34 p.m. The Blind Guy Show.
That's
Joe,
freaking
how have you been?
Greg asks, Joe, how have you been?
I'm doing good. How are you?
That's the Blind Guy Show,
Custom emojis.
by the way.
1:35 p.m. Danny Mac. 1:33 p.m. The Blind Guy Show. Toast and chat messaging. Custom emojis. 1:35 p.m. Danny Mac. How they get 60%.
Wow, they get 60%.
1:34
Yeah,
p.m. The Blind Guy Show.
Apple's
Joe, how have you been? Custom emojis. Button.
stingy like that.
Well, you know what? Maybe someday, somebody will come out with our own platform, where it's a blind platform. We can go and, I think, like the blindgames.com kind of thing. When they first started out, where you can go and they made their own games and stuff like that. But it was all PC. It wasn't. They didn't have other platforms besides a video game on PC.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to play them because I don't play games on PC, because that's my sanctuary. I told you that before. When I go in my office, it's to work. It's not to play games. So I don't even like to really check emails on my computer, because it's distraction. It's a distraction. It's like going into the gym to punch the punching bag before you have a fight.
Right.
Instead, when the fight's over, then you go out, you go somewhere. You don't go back into the gym and sit around with your friends and drink beer.
No. Let's do this. In the chat, if you have played Circus Master Revenge, go ahead and rate it 1 to 5 stars. That way people in the future who watch this, they can see right off the bat, for the people who have played it, what they rate it.
Chat message input. Chat. Custom emojis. 1:36 p.m.
How about
Danny
this
Mac.
better?
Do what you got to do.
Even instead of giving it 1 to 5 on on the stars of how you played it. Give me 1 to 5 stars on how you agree with making it a $5 or
1:35 p.m.
$4.99.
Dan Mac. How they get 60%. 1:37 p.m. Rich Beardsley. Did not
That's
decide
what
what to
I'm
do.
trying to get at. Because I want to.
Words.
I have
Speaking
to
rate.
do it
Words. 1.
to finish.
Colon. Yeah. Rich Beardsley.
Because
Site.
if I have the
With. And 2.
chapter 3 is already paid for,
Characters.
but I can't
T.
finish chapter 4 or
Tango.
5
O. M. B. E.
unless I charge
D.
you guys.
Question
I
mark.
don't want to do it, but I don't have the choice.
Rich Beardsley asks, is that the site with
Question. D. E. B. M. O. T. N. Cappy. Space. Cappy.
Cat B
N.
in?
T. O. M. B. Bravo.
I don't know what this word
E,
is,
D.
honestly.
Delta.
Being tubed? I don't know.
1:37 p.m. Dan Mac. Hey,
How
blind
do you
blind.
spell it?
I just
1:37
spelled
p.m.
it out.
Words.
We'll do it
1.
again.
Colon. P.m. Rich Beardsley.
Is that the site
And 2.
with
And 2. Characters. Cappy. N.
B
November.
N?
T. Tango.
Oh, it's gonna do it in a so T U
O. M.
O
Mike.
M
B. Bravo.
B E D.
Delta.
I don't know what word that is, honestly.
D.
I think his voiceover
Delta.
screwed it with him on that one.
1:37
That
p.m.
is a weird
Dan Mac.
one.
Hey, blinded blind. 1:37 p.m. Shine Raymond. 4.
But if
Shines.
you guys have an issue with my email or whatever,
You
you
can
can always
even
go
talk
to mentalvision.com and you can find the email there, the contact there.
Shine says 4.
1:38 p.m. Jeanette Clark. 4.5.
Jeanette says
Custom
4.5.
emojis. Button.
And that's probably just from my previous poll. So earlier you said you're stepping away from Circus Master, but is that going to be after 3 gets released or 4 or 5 gets released?
Well, I already have 2 other games after CMR I want to do, but if I fail with this one, then I can't go on. You know, if I can't afford to finish this one, how the hell would I afford to be able to go on with something else? So, my financial advisor said, Joe, you already spent this much money. You only have this much coming in the last 2 years. How are you going to keep going unless you're broke? I said, what do you want me to do? He said, well, you need to start charging.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to him, and I'll talk to him tonight, and then let him know this is what we're going to do. Let's make it happen. And that's
Chat message input. Chat publicly. Custom.
That's
1:39
the
p.m.
only way
Blind guy
you
show.
can take
Overall. Ellipsis. I would give
It's
CMR 8 out of 10.
charged.
Would I pay $5?
so
Yes.
you'll get chapter 3,
Mhm.
but you're gonna have to pay for it for me to continue to finish chapter 4 and 5.
Yeah. And again, everybody, it
1:39
is
p.m.
a
Dan Mac. Is it
small
only on Apple?
amount. Dan Mac, yes, it's only on Apple.
1:39 p.m.
Grade,
Blind guy show. Overall. Ellipsis. I would give
overall,
CMR 8 out
I
of 10.
would
Would I
give
pay $5?
CMR
Yes.
8 out of 10. Would he pay $5? Yes. And
I'm
I'm
not
sorry
asking
in
for
the
donations.
I'm sorry in the chat. Well, it's not about donations. I'm sorry in the chat if you're hearing the voiceover and me saying it, but if I don't say the comment, then Joe won't hear the comment. So, sorry for the echo.
1:40 p.m. Rich Beardsley. Make your games paid.
Make your games paid, says Rich Beardsley. I think so too, honestly, because every game developer puts a lot of work into, no matter what type of game it is too, no matter how simple or complex it is, there's people behind the scene putting a lot of work into it, and they do deserve to be paid.
Custom emojis. Button.
But
Matter
I,
of
I
fact-
understand. Yeah, but I understand. You know, there's little kids out there who have to wait for their allowance, and their parents take them to the store to go get an iTunes card. You know, to buy a game they want to buy. You know, so I don't want to make it hard for them. You know.
Yeah, but the world is not free.
Right.
Everybody's got to work a little bit for something. And so, in turn, by working for that $5 that they have to go get an iTunes card for, it's also going to teach them a life lesson, a life skill.
Yeah.
Custom emojis.
But
Button.
I
1:40
think,
p.m.
I
Rich-
think that that's why I gave the first versions away for free so people could check it out.
Mhm.
You know, and see if it's good enough. And I didn't do this for me. I did it for all of us. You know, and I'm not gonna ever stop saying that because I didn't do it for me. And I hope that our mission together as a community that backs this project, it can get out of this is something else will come out. A bigger picture will come out of it. Something better and bigger and beautiful.
Right.
Where we're not forgotten in the entertainment world when it comes to fun stuff, you know. Yeah, like being considered a normal person is, you know, that's given, you know. But being respected and equivocated to, I guess. Is that the right word? Equivocated to.
Equivalent.
Added as humans in certain aspects of gaming, entertainment, music, you know, aspects of life where people are like, hey, I'm going to create this cool thing. Can blind people use it? Probably not, but we're going to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so can deaf people use this? Can disabled people who have not the same, you know, all 7 senses?
Well, this game would be kind of hard for a deaf person to play.
No, because we're going to add captains to it. When we add graphics, we're gonna have to add captions to it. Well, we don't have graphics yet. So right now, as it stands,
but it's based off sound. It's directional sound, though.
Yeah, but there will be arrows.
That might work.
1:41 p.m. Rich Garrett's saying, keep them a demo until they can get that money.
Compass works. Your phone has GPS, so it'll base enemies. You'll have like. I think we already talked about this like a year ago. When you go into your game, if you're a sighted person who can't hear, it'll have captions for one, for the commentary, and then it'll have a compass with red dots and different things, so you'll know who the fast enemies are and the slow enemies are.
Well, plus
it'll be different color coded.
Plus, deaf people aren't all also blind, so you know they'll have vision, so they'll be able to see your graphics.
Well, if
1:41 p.m. Rich Garrett's saying, keep them a demo until they can get that money.
Screwed because you probably don't play video games.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Rich Beardsley adds that give them the demo until they get their money. I agree, and that's what the first two could be. The first 2 chapters could be that demo.
1:43 p.m. Danny back. Message retracted.
Blind person. I don't. Okay, it's different. Being born as a blind person, deaf person, is going to be a whole lot different than being a blind person and deaf person who was born all senses. So,
right.
You know, I'm not going to be able to lick my phone to see where things are at.
Lick your phone.
So, yeah, or smell my phone, lick my phone. Because that's all I touch my phone, I know where my phone's at, but I can't hear, I can't see, so I can't lick it or smell it to know how to make a phone call or to even play a video game. So that's
you lost me on that
hard.
one. You lost me on that one.
Hi, guy show. There are terrible games out there for $5. I would rather pay for quality.
But I'm saying, if you're not hearing or you're not sighted, you can't really play video. There's not a way really, until there's virtual reality where your body feels things.
And they already got that.
Have to put a suit on.
Right.
To just feel it in your body.
They got suits like that. There's actually a couple. There's one in Southern California, and there's one in Austin, and somewhere in back east as well. They got these huge warehouses.
Yeah, but that's not in your cell phone. You know?
Nope.
And they don't have braille. There's no braille on your cell phone, and there's no, so cell phone, a blind and deaf person can't use a cell phone.
I disagree.
How? How would a deaf and blind person use a cell phone?
Well, most likely they're gonna have some form of hearing aid, and there are hearing aids that compare to your not compare.
That's different. That's different. I'm saying somebody who's completely deaf and completely blind.
Mm-hmm.
How would they use a cell phone if they can't have hearing aids or eyesighting, wearing glasses or something to see?
There are some braille displays also that pair with the iPhone.
braille displays. They had to see that. I'm talking about somebody who's completely blind.
Braille display
Complete-
is just a
and completely
name
deaf.
for a device that has refreshable braille on it. It's tactile.
How do you feel it?
You feel the braille.
On the phone?
No, on the device. It pairs with the phone.
Huh. So it's a separate device that feels braille.
Yeah, they even have mini ones, so you can just put it in your pocket.
But how do you play a video game on that?
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like blind deaf people can still use an iPhone.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
of
they
the
can't
braille
play.
display.
That's where we got off. Because I say a completely blind person and a completely deaf person cannot play a video game on their iPhone.
I just don't know. I don't know the extent of. I mean,
Technology's not there yet.
I would assume that the non-interactive type of audio games, or any game for that matter, could be played by a blind deaf person with a braille display.
Maybe if they were sighted before, they might know. Like I mean, I can't see right now, but I swear if I played Nintendo, I'd know Super Mario
Right.
on an old Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
I'd know
for sure.
I know where everything's at.
Blind Guy
So I
shows.
saw it before.
Blind Guy Shows says that there are terrible games out there for $5, and he would rather pay for quality.
1:44 p.m. Danny Mac. It
Danny?
costs money to make reserve and take out at times, so you should charge.
Thank you, bud.
Danny says
1:44
what I said
p.m. Danny Mac.
earlier.
It costs money to make reserve
They
and take out at
cost
times, so you should
money,
charge.
so you should
1:46
charge.
p.m. Rich Beardsley. If someone is both deaf and blind,
I-
they can make a system that vibrates the closer to the center you are.
I didn't want the money at first. I just wanted. I needed to get my brand out there. I needed to let you guys know that I wasn't fucking around.
1:46 p.m. Rich Beardsley.
Rich.
If someone is both deaf and blind, they can make a system that vibrates the closer to the center you are.
Because people were like, "Oh, you won't do it. You won't." And people were like, on the Apple Distro, "You won't do it. You won't do it." And I did it. And then they still trashed me when I did it.
Yeah,
That's
those
pretty
are
great.
the critics that are out
1:46
there.
p.m. Rich Beardsley.
Rich
If someone is both deaf and
Beardsley
blind, they can make a
says,
system
if
that
someone
vibrates
is-
the closer to the center you are.
If someone is both blind and deaf, maybe make a vibrating system closer to the center where you are.
1:47 p.m. The Blind Guy Show. All frequencies is like that.
Huh?
Ellipsis, blind and deaf accessible, as well as for sighted.
I don't want to be an asshole, but I think that people in general who have a creative ability to do what they want to should help their own communities.
Yep.
And be,
1:47 p.m. The Blind Guy Show. All
So
frequencies is like that.
if I'm-
Ellipsis,
if I'm a
blind and
deaf
deaf
person-
accessible, as well as for sighted.
I want to create something that's able to help me enjoy my life,
Mm-hmm.
and there should be community around that. And that's what I would support that. I would support that. You know, so. But you know, we're not different in humans. We're not different as humans. We're not different by our skin color and all that stuff. We're humans, but we are disabled, and that makes us a little bit different because we enjoy things a little bit differently.
1:4 space cap P cap M.
Okay.
Like words.
We have to have
Up,
communities
line,
to
line,
separate that because we enjoy things differently.
Blind Guy Show
All
says
frequencies is
all frequencies
that,
is
ellipsis,
like
blind,
that.
and deaf.
Blind and deaf,
Accessible
accessible,
as well
as well as
sighted.
for sighted.
1:47 p.m. Rich Beardsley. Braille display.
Rich says braille display. Yep, that's what I said.
1:47
Braille
p.m. Danny
display.
Mac. Speak up, I can't see you.
Speak up, I can't see you. Says Danny
1:48
Mac.
p.m. Rich Beardsley. It's a separate piece of hardware, but it's expensive.
It's a separate piece of hardware, but it's expensive. Yes, they are
1:48 p.m. Blind Guy
expensive.
Show. Low Danny. 1:49 p.m. Jeanette Clark. Text adventure. Ellipsis. For example, Zork.
Jeanette
My-
says
my-
text adventures such as Zork. I personally hate text adventure games, but yes, they are popular, and that could be
1:50 p.m.
One way.
Streamlabs. Want to support my 1:50
Streamlabs,
p.m. 1:50 p.m.
Streamlabs.
Rich Beardsley. If someone is both deaf and blind, they can play things like Sea, Pinecrest, and Lifeline to name a few.
Song when I'm getting drained is One Love
By
from Bob
Bob
Marley.
Marley. Yep. Rich
If
says
someone is both deaf and blind, they can play things
if
like Sea,
someone is
Pinecrest,
both
and Lifeline to name
blind
a
and
few.
sighted, and then he lists a bunch of games that deaf and blind people
1:51
can
p.m.
play.
Streamlabs. Join other subscribers and
Which
1:50 p.m.
are
Rich Beardsley. If someone is both deaf and blind, they can play things like Sea, Pinecrest,
Z,
and Lifeline to name a
Time
few.
Crest, and Lifeline.
1:51 p.m.
Cool.
Streamlabs. Custom emojis. Button.
And that's good, like people giving feedback like this, because yeah, what if someone was somehow watching this video and they wanted to do some games if they're blind and deaf? So that one just kind of twisted my brain.
1:51 p.m. Streamlabs. Join other subscribers in our Discord of the Blind Guy. Email info@theblind.com.
When I was in the military, you know, and you know, I grew up I grew up just like we all do, and I think when I went into the military, throw her outside. But when I was in the military, you know, went through boot camp and all that stuff, and went to the military, and I served overseas, you know, and Iraq and Afghanistan, and I came home, you know, and I'm looking at everybody here in our country. I'm like, what's going on? You know, where's the
1:48 p.m. Rich Beardsley. It's a separate piece of hardware, but it's expensive. Chat messaging button. Check. Custom mode. Show latest. 1:52 p.m.
So,
Show latest messages. Button.
I think
Show latest messages.
that's
Chat message.
when I
Custom.
got shot.
1:52. 1:51 p.m. Streamlabs. 1:52.
That's where I kind of stepped out again. I said, this is where I belong.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing back unity. That's where God called me to bring back unity in our family, in our community, and put a
Yeah,
spot.
Blind Guy Show. Sport. I haven't heard that in a long time. 1:52 p.m. Jeanette Clark. I don't like text only adventure games because they copy play by the my community.
Right where?
1:52 p.m. Rich Beardsley. Oh yeah, there's also a dark room.
Oh yeah, there's also a dark room. Says Rich.
1:53 p.m. Rich Beardsley. And the thanks for Dr. Why?
What? A dark room.
A dark room. You ever heard that game?
What? Oh yeah. The game.
Yeah.
PM. Rich Beardsley. And the thanks for Dr. Why?
The things from app 11Y. Oh, there's actually an app called A11Y? I didn't know that.
1:53 p.m. Rich Beardsley. And the thanks for Dr.
I
Why?
played Zombie X.
No, I never heard of that one.
I thought I sent you a
1:53 p.m. Shine Raymond. I would like role-playing games made for the blind.
called Zombie X. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like audio defense, but it's not as good.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know how to say, it's like a never-ending game where you don't get anywhere. There's no storyline. It's just killing shit.
Oh. Shine says,
Shine Raymond. I would like role-playing games made
I would
for the
like
blind.
more role-playing games for the blind. If you're talking about like actual, well, here's the thing that I've noticed. A lot of people, Shine, I doubt you would, but role-playing as in like roll dice, make your move type of role-playing, or if you're actually in the role of a character, like a first-person shooter type of RPG. But anyway, and since there's some new people here, yeah, but more blind friendly, hell yeah. And the one that I've been stuck on still is Swamp. I love Swamp, and I'm still looking for the map editor. So if anybody in the chat knows of it or has the link to it, not a broken Dropbox link, I would really appreciate it.
I was surprised Swamp didn't go on to the iTunes, to the app store, because
that would be way too difficult to develop.
Not really.
Yeah,
not with the technology that exists.
It's a keyboard mouse game, though.
Yeah, but you could swipe left to right, up, down, and double tap, triple tap, that kind of stuff to make things happen.
Yeah.
1:53 p.m.
It's a
Game
different
back.
learning
Slow
curve.
concept emoji.
But
1:54 p.m. Blind Guy Show.
You can't
Muds are
say
still
it's not
popular.
possible.
Blind Guy Show said Muds are still popular.
1:54
They
p.m.
are.
Rich Beardsley. No, that's the name of the devs who created Dice World and Game World. They do have other stuff that I don't remember what they are.
No, that's okay. I created Dice World.
1:55 p.m. Rich Beardsley. What about Mudslide Alter?
What about Mudslide
That's
Halter?
you can't say that word here. No Dice World.
1:55 p.m.
Oh god, I hate that game. I hate Dice World. My own opinion.
What?
I hate it.
I don't hate it. I don't
Hate
hate it. I think that we got robbed last year from the most successful game.
That was 2 years ago now.
Not saying to you. Well, I still think it's 2020. But you know, I think that My True Sound should have got that. And
Anybody
they
else?
got beat over.
Anybody else should have got that over Dice World. Like Dice World, okay. For me, I need games that make me think continuously, and Dice World is way too simple of a game. It's just it bores me.
It makes me feel stupid for what I do, because
1:56 p.m. Shine Raymond. More like turn-based combat and role-playing games.
for what David does, because we put all this work and energy and creativity into something for us, you know.
Yeah.
And then we get beat by a Uno.
Yeah, it's stupid.
You know, it's like, what? No,
Shine.
we gave you what? This makes me think that blind people think themselves so little that they don't want to go and venture, they rather sit in a corner and bounce a ball on their forehead.
Or bounce their forehead off of a wall.
Yeah.
Shine says turn-based. Yes, that's okay. Good. That's actual
I
RPG.
think you got cheated by Duel.
Rich Beardsley says, what's wrong
I'm a
with it?
conspiracy theory on that one.
Rich Beardsley says, what's wrong with it? I don't think anything is technically wrong with it. It's just not a game for me. I really dislike it. It's too super boring for me.
1:57 p.m. The Blind Guy Show. I was thinking about trying Alter Eon.
Play it once, play it twice, you're done.
Yeah.
1:57 p.m. The Blind Guy Show. I was thinking about trying Alter Eon.
It's like you said, it's like playing ping pong by yourself. It's not fun. After a little while, you get bored. Yeah, you play it once or twice. You go on to something else, but you get an adventure where you can go on somewhere.
I like open world games.
Yeah.
That's first person.
The possibilities are endless.
Exactly. Alter Eon. Never heard of it.
You're not stuck.
Never heard of it, but Blind Guy Show. If you could send me a link, that would be dope.
I played that. It's pretty good.
Is it? What kind of game is it?
It's more like that. Remember that game Frequency?
Never got to play it.
Ah, see? See how you are?
Okay.
It's an open-ended decision kind of game where you choose a path and you go down that path, and you choose another path, you go down that one. But you can start all over if you want to. And
Is it
go down the different-
turn-based? Is it what?
No, it's a decision-based game. It's not really you don't point and shoot kind of thing. It's kind of more of like when remember when My True Sound came out with their first game that they gave out for a demo. I can't remember the name of it now, but I still have it on my phone. But it's a decision-based. But it's a good storyline.
Is it
And it has
a text-based game but with sound?
yeah.
Okay. That's all you had to say.
Rich Beardsley. Those simple games are good time wasters. That's why I like things such as Dice World.
It's fun,
Mm-hmm.
but it stops too early. You get to the end of it and it's like, what? That's it?
Yeah. Rich Beardsley says he likes Dice World because it's good time passer. I agree. That could be a thing. The ones that I do for those kind of time passing, which I really don't have a lot of, is that Galaxy Colonies. That's my time passer for right now.
1:58
But again, I
p.m.
don't
have more RPG
have
also.
much.
There's also Lords and Knights.
There, you wanna know what pisses me off
Huh.
the most? 2 years and 3 months now. We've had CMR on the platform, and nobody, not one person, has even come out with the same, not the same, but the same maneuver, like the same game mechanics, not the same
That's what hooked me on the game in the
virtual
beginning.
reality. Yeah, nobody's doing anything better than me.
Nope.
1:58 p.m.
I'm not-
Jeanette Clark. I have more RPG also. There's also Lords and Knights.
To
Jeanette's
prove that there's a market here, and I've proved it. And then what? There's nothing. Nobody's trying
1:57 p.m. Rich Beardsley. Those simple games are good. 1:58 p.m.
at all.
Jeanette adds that she likes RPG as well. She says there's also Lords
1:58
and
p.m. Blind Guy Show.
Knights.
It's a mug.
Yeah, that's not good.
1:59 p.m. Mike Brooks. Love my cousin Joey Mikey. You are awesome.
Oh, hey, look. Mike Brooks. I
1:59
love
Mike Brooks. Love my cousin Joey Mikey. You are
little
awesome.
cousin Joey. You are awesome.
Who's my cousin Joey? What's that mean?
Mike Brooks. Do you know Mike Brooks, your cousin?
I don't have a cousin named
1:59 p.m. Mike Brooks. Love my cousin Joey Mikey. You are awesome.
with an R, not a B.
1:59 p.m. Mike Brooks. Love my cousin Joey Mikey.
Possibly.
You are awesome. Speaking rate. Words. 1:50 p.m. Mike.
I'm his older cousin.
Brooks. Characters. Cap R.
Oh, yeah, it is Brooks. My bad.
2 p.m. The Blind Guy Show. I also want to try Code 7.
He's a police officer in Kansas City.
Awesome. Back
And
the
he's
blue. Back the blue.
Back to blue, man.
Absolutely.
He's awesome.
Blind Guy Show
Blind Guy Show.
says,
I also want to try Code
I
7.
also want to try Code 7. I've been trying to try Code 7, but it never
2
works.
p.m. Dan Mac. I love roleplay games, but I'm sick of my girlfriend making me dress up like a dog and putting a lid on me.
Danny Mac.
2 p.m.
Fine.
Dan Mac. Well, she tells me it's a dog costume. I'm not sure I believe her.
Or what?
What's that?
Is that your game's on PC?
Yes, but I also think, I want to say there's also an iOS app.
Custom emojis. Button.
I'm not sure though.
2 p.m. Dan Mac. Well, she tells
Danny Mac likes role-playing games, but he hates how his girlfriend or wife makes him wear a leash and bark like a dog. basically.
Isn't that what wives are supposed to do?
Customers. 2 p.m. Stand back.
Okay,
That's what marriage does that to people.
we are at the 2 o'clock mark, 1 hour mark. So why don't you go ahead and give people your contact goodies and social media goodies if you got them, and then we're gonna get out of here because I gotta get ready for my Tales from the Tube show tonight. But
Okay. What time does that start?
7 p.m. Pacific time. Well, 7 to 5 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay, so 9 o'clock. I'll be asleep by then.
Where Michael Rooks, you would enjoy this. I really rip on morons that deal with the police. So I'm a full backer of the police.
Yeah, we are. Well, we as blind people, we don't have a choice. We have to depend on people.
We do.
Depend on people to help us protect.
We do.
Protect and serve, man.
I covered a blind sovereign citizen who got arrested, so we do have choices in life.
I got a good story though for my cousin.
2:02 p.m. Standing back, and my nose is starting to get very sore. 2:02 p.m. Reply by show.
His grandmother was a police. I'm not sure if she was a sergeant or what she was, but she served L.A. County. She was in L.A. and back in the 80s. I think I was like me and Mike were like 10 years old or something when I first met her. And she was the nicest lady, but when she put that uniform on, she's like, time to go to work.
Right.
And I'm like, wow. And that's where he got his inspiration from. And I think he doesn't share that very much, but that's where he got his inspiration from. And
I've been stuck on this Live on Patrol YouTube channel, and it's the sheriff of Ramsey County. His name is Bob Fletcher, and he goes around with his crime analyst Pat Scott live every Friday, sometimes Saturdays, and the whole shift they'll do live, and it's just basically he's got his iPhone mounted to his dashboard, and you get to see what cops deal with for a full shift. It's awesome. I've been watching since June, and I haven't seen this guy Bob write a single ticket or arrest a single person. He's all about communication with the community, and it's phenomenal.
Can anybody get that? Can anybody get logged into that, or?
Yeah, it's just on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he goes live.
Yep, every Friday night. Sometimes.
What's it called? What's it called again?
Live on Patrol.
Live on Patrol. I'm gonna download that.
2:03 p.m. Reply by show. Organic. 2:03 p.m. Shine Raymond. I cannot wait for Crimson Eclipse.
That's cool, man.
Crimson Eclipse.
It's like cops. Bad boy.
Well, it's no
What you
production,
gonna do?
but yeah, I guess so.
2:04 p.m.
Mike,
Standing back. Guys.com.
used to
2:04 p.m. Jeanette Clark. Play with Danny.
we used to watch 9.
2:04 p.m. Reply by show. Half enough. Custom emojis.
Cops.
Yeah.
Bad boy. What you gonna do?
Well, I want to thank everybody in the chat, especially my members, Danny Mack. I'm not sure if there's anybody else here that's a member, but thank you anyway, especially for being here and showing support for Joe and the future Circus Master Revenge. So, Joe, give out your social.
Chat message input. Chat up. Custom emojis. 2:05 p.m. Standing back.
.com.
There you go. Alrighty, people. Until tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific time. It's been great having you here. Thank you very, very much. Don't forget, you too can become a member. All the information is in the description box below, so I won't bug you with it. Until next time, take care. Don't forget, love is blind. Keep it blind.
There you go. Thank you for doing that. Love you. All right, God bless you. All right. Hey, wait, before you get up. What's going on with your governor? can I